predictions for next week's Night 2 of the Great American Bash. First of all, your thoughts again, because we've discussed this a lot, but I want to hear your thoughts on it again, on El Legado del Fantasma, the tag team name or the stable name of Escobar, Wild, and Mendoza. And who do you have going over in that six-man tag team match next week?
So I'll leave the Spanish with you. Not my forte. So I'll let you. But no, I love the stable. Santos Escobar is a fucking star. Look at the guy. Looks the part. Plays the part. Amazing.
El
Love him.
Estrella, I think is how you say it in Spanish. Now again, it's not 100% on point, but I'm pretty sure it's El Estrella is star in Spanish.
We'll take it. So no, I think he's great. I think he looks the part, can play the part. I think the gimmick alone and the way they're presenting him, he's not just stuck with the cruiserweight division. I think he can be even bigger than that. So good stuff. I think it's interesting to see their debut next week. It should be a decent match. Not the biggest Breezango fan or Drake Maverick, but just a small, quick little feud to start off this stable. We can take over for Undisputed Era once they leave. So I think, like we always say, they always seem to replenish the pot pretty well. And this stable, not going to say the name because I'm going to butcher it. I think they're going to be great. So I think it's a great new stable for NXT, and they can take over right where Undisputed Era left it.
I agree. I'm really digging the stable so far. Escobar screams star from the look, the entrance theme that they need to release at some point. They actually just put up Bailey's yesterday, which I sent to you, and Candice LeRae news theme. So hopefully they upload his pretty soon as well. But yeah, so with this match, did you say El Legado del Fantasma is going over or the baby faces?
They have to. I mean, come on.
You know what? I'm gonna say Maverick and Breezango. I know it's their first match as a trio, but it's not Escobar on his own. I think it's more about Escobar than it is the stable on the whole. And I think if they're gonna build to a rematch with Maverick and Escobar, they gotta have him win something. So I'm gonna say Maverick probably pins Mendoza or likely Wild, and I'll go with Mendoza. I think he pins Mendoza. So you got the heels, I got the baby faces. Next week, the rematch between Damian Priest and Cameron Grimes, two of your lesser favorites in NXT, I know. Cameron Grimes won the first one last week on the show after an injured Damian Priest could not continue, and Grimes took advantage of that storyline injury. Who wins the second one, Grimes or Priest?
I guess it would make sense if Priest won here. Not a big fan of either guy, but I mean, I think they're both capable wrestlers, just don't really care about either of them individually, so we'll see, but I think you have Priest come over here.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think he avenges the loss, especially coming off the loss of the Finn Balor takeover. He needs like a notable win, so I think this is it. Mia Yim versus Candice LeRae. I put Candice Yim in the notes. I don't know why, but Candice LeRae in a street fight after what went down between the two on the Great American Bash night one with them brawling backstage. Their first match a couple of weeks ago before TakeOver, about a month ago, ended, I believe, in a no contest or a DQ or whatever. This one I could see going either way, but I think Candice, she has more momentum right now. She went heel. I think it would be foolish to not go with her as the winner. So I got Candice. What say you, Mr. Marceau?
I completely agree. I like Mia Yim a lot, but, I mean, I don't think she's winning the title. I think Candice has chances of being a new title contender, so I think Candice goes over here.
And they could always build the Candice and Io, but with the roles reversed, with Io in the babyface role and Candice as the heel.
Exactly.
After their awesome matches about a year ago at TakeOver Toronto 2 and then on NXT a couple weeks later. And then we get to the main event, which we talked about a bit in depth last week here on the show, but I'll ask your 2 cents for it on it again. Adam Cole versus Keith Lee, winner-take-all match main event for the NXT North American Championship and the NXT Championship. I thought the Prime Target special they did last night in NXT was tremendous. I thought that was awesome. They need to air that shit on Raw, on SmackDown, get people talking about this show, get people talking about this match. This is the most excited I've been for like a TakeOver title, or like a NXT Championship match in a while, and that's saying something, because I look forward to the dream matches, I look forward to Ciampa and Cole, but like Lee and Cole has never been done on NXT TV before, only in like the Worlds Collide tournament a couple of years ago. And, Lee's been a great champion. Cole's been a great champion. Two of the best champions this brand has seen in a long time. So I'm really excited for this match. Again, I thought the hype was great. The match would be great. But who wins, RJ? Your thoughts in the build, but who wins? Lee, Cole, winner take all.
Build's been great. I enjoyed what they did last night. I thought that was a good little montage they had there of them kind of talking, going over with this match. And like you said, first time ever, I think. I don't know. I'm excited. Like you said, I haven't been this excited for a match in a while. And, I mean, it's going to be a good one. I got to go with Keith Lee. I think he's the one to beat Adam Cole and take over the reins as the big dog on NXT.
The one to beat the one in the longest reigning NXT Championship reign of all time, you're saying?
Correct.
Of course. Yeah, I got to agree. Keith Lee is the man. Limitless Lee has got to go over and become the new NXT Champion. He's the guy. Do you think Karrion Kross emerges into the title picture again afterward and beats Lee for the belt at some point? Where does Karrion Kross factor in all of this?
I'm not quite sure. Like you said, they did tease it last week, but I don't know. I'd give him a little bit more time, kind of get a little bit more exposure before you go right for the main belt. But I could see him down the line facing Lee and winning the belt as well. So I would definitely have Lee win here, and maybe do him and Kross next. But I would have Kross get a couple more wins first, and then go for the belt.
I think we can agree, though, that regardless of how great this match is going to be, I think a fuck finish with Kross interfering would be absolutely the wrong call, right?
Oh, definitely. No, I want a clean finish here. I don't want some shenanigans.
Even if Cole wins, it's got to be clean. Like, or at least with interference or whatever. No, like DQ, no shenanigans. Yeah, make it as clean as possible. Have Lee do something before the match to have Undisputed Era get fended off either by Dream and Loomis or just Loomis. They got to do something to get that, to get that interference out of the way, because it feels like they interfere a lot as well. But yeah, I got Keith Lee going over as a both NXT and North American champion.